let's take a journey through the digestive system. Digestion is the complex process of turning the food you eat into nutrients, which the body uses for energy, growth, and cell repair needed to survive. The digestive tract, or gastrointestinal tract, is a long, twisting tube that starts at the mouth and ends at the anus. The mouth is the beginning of the digestive system. The smell of food triggers the salivary glands in your mouth to secrete saliva, causing your mouth to water. Saliva contains substances including enzymes that begin the process of breaking down food into a form your body can absorb and use. Also called the throat, the pharynx is the portion of the digestive tract that receives the food from your mouth. Branching off the pharynx is the esophagus, which carries food to the stomach, and the trachea, or windpipe, which carries air to the lungs. The act of swallowing takes place in the pharynx partly as a reflex and partly under voluntary control. The tongue and soft palate, the soft part of the roof of the mouth, push food into the pharynx, which closes off the trachea. The food then enters the esophagus. Food is pushed through the esophagus and into the stomach by means of a series of contractions called peristalsis. Just before the opening to the stomach is an important ring-shaped muscle called the lower esophageal sphincter. The stomach is a sac-like organ with strong muscular walls. In addition to holding food, it serves as the mixer and grinder of food. The stomach secretes acid and powerful enzymes that continue the process of breaking the food down and changing it to a consistency of liquid or paste. From there, food moves to the small intestine, made up of 3 segments: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The small intestine also breaks down food using enzymes released by the pancreas and bile from the liver. The small intestine is the workhorse of digestion, as this is where most nutrients are absorbed. The duodenum is largely responsible for the continuing breakdown process, with the jejunum and ileum being mainly responsible for absorption of nutrients into the bloodstream. While food is in the small intestine, nutrients are absorbed through the walls and into the bloodstream. What's left over, the waste, moves into the large intestine, large bowel, or colon. It is made up of the cecum, the ascending or right colon, the transverse, across colon, the descending, left colon, and the sigmoid colon, which connects to the rectum. The large intestine is a highly specialized organ that is responsible for processing waste so that defecation, excretion of waste, is easy and convenient. Stool or waste left over from the digestive process passes through the colon by means of peristalsis, first in a liquid state and ultimately in solid form. As stool passes through the colon, any remaining water is absorbed. Stool is stored in the sigmoid, S-shaped colon until a mass movement empties it into the rectum. The stool itself is mostly food debris and bacteria. These bacteria perform several useful functions, such as synthesizing various vitamins, processing waste products and food particles, and protecting against harmful bacteria. When the descending colon becomes full of stool, it empties its contents into the rectum to begin the process of elimination of food. The anus is the last part of the digestive tract. It consists of the muscles that line the pelvis, pelvic floor muscles, and 2 other muscles called anal sphincters, internal and external. When we get an urge to defecate, go to the bathroom, we rely on our external sphincter to keep the stool in until we can get to the toilet. The pancreas is the chief factory for digestive enzymes that are secreted into the duodenum, the first segment of the small intestine. These enzymes break down protein, fats, and carbohydrates. The liver functions within the digestive system to make and secrete an important substance called bile, and to process the blood coming from the small intestine containing the nutrients just absorbed. The liver purifies this blood of many impurities before traveling to the rest of the body. The gallbladder is a storage sac for excess bile. Bile made in the liver travels to the small intestine via the bile ducts. Bile serves two main purposes. First, it helps absorb fats in the diet, and secondly, it carries waste from the liver that cannot go through the kidneys. Each organ of the digestive system has an important role in digestion. This concludes the process of digestion from beginning to end, mouth to anus.
Like and subscribe for more.